Hi, this is Ray. Got a swarm in a tree down the road from us, and we're gonna see if we can rescue and relocate these bees right there. All there is to it. 10-minute job today, easy one. Easy swarm, only about 8 or 9 feet off the ground. That makes it really easy. I don't really do much over 10 or 12 feet anymore. It's just not worth it. But yeah, calm bees, one good shake, got most of them, vacuumed up the rest. We're good to go. Go home and relocate them. Hi, this is Ray. When you hit like, subscribe, or leave a comment, it really helps me to build my channel. So thank you so much. All right, so full disclosure on this swarm. No problem catching it. Very easy, gentle swarm. Put it in our box with some drawn comb and a frame of honey for the ride home, and everything looked to be normal and correct. And we get home and we open up the box just to transfer the frames of bees into a hive body like we usually do. And as soon as we open the box, all 10,000 bees took off and swarmed again. They are a feisty little group. So now, unfortunately, that ended up being an exercise in vanity because they are up in a tree. I'll show you. There they are, about 30 feet in the air. About 30 feet in the air, and a big ball right there. I'll maybe take a picture. There's a branch in the way, but you probably can. Oh, this is better. Cut. Use this one. There they are, about 30 feet in the air, back in a tree. Apparently they are bound and determined to live in a tree. Last night, before I actually caught them, they spent the night in a tree, and we had horrible thunderstorms coming through. So apparently that's the way they want to live. Okay, so I'm back in my truck, just thinking through this whole thing and maybe what I could have done differently to prevent the swarm from taking off into a tree the moment that I opened up that box again. I spent probably, before I shook that swarm, out of the tree, I probably spent at least 10 to 12 minutes looking for the queen. I've had this happen before where swarms that you get reswarm again, and so I spent several minutes looking all around that cluster of bees trying to find that queen. I even sent my son up the ladder and had him look in the trees to try to find that queen. We had a queen clip in hand. That was my first preventative measure, was to get the queen and to get her inside of a clip if at all possible. I think the only other thing I could have done that I did not do was when I shook the bees into the box, I could have looked for the queen again under that while the bees were kind of spread out. And I didn't do that because I wanted to get a lid on that box as soon as possible. So when I got home, I gave my son the queen clip and I told him, as you're taking the frames out, try to find that queen and clip her, put her inside the clip so that, you know, they don't swarm out again. But we never had that chance. It was crazy. I've never had this happen before, but we opened up that lid of the box of bees and they just took off in a tornado and up into the air, and then they landed about 30 feet up in the tree like I just showed you. So I don't know what I could have done. There was I did put some resources in there so that they would kind of get settled in. There was some pollen and some honey in there, and I was hoping that that would keep them content for, you know, the half-hour drive till we got home. But anyway, if you have any thoughts on maybe your ideas on what could have happened or what you could have done differently to save that swarm from reswarming the second that we opened up the box. All my past experience has been that either the swarm stays in the new box or they leave the next day or the day after again into a tree, and I've recaptured them and then they stay the second time. I've never had one as soon as you open up the lid, every bee, except for maybe 20 bees of the 10,000 bees I got, all but 20 bees just took up out of simultaneously. They must have been in there chatting about what they were going to do when we opened up the box. So anyway, if you have some additional thoughts, please leave them in the comments. Love to hear your experience on something like this if you have any. Thanks. Take care.